watching the performance last night, it was enchanting to watch this man who, what you see is what you get. And is that what attracted to you when you read the part?
Yeah, I think it's probably what in terms of the fiction of the movie, in terms of what's the romance of the movie, I think their honesty with each other is what sparks the initial thing. Exactly that is what you see is what you get. It's a little disarming at times and a little bit, but there was it was easy to see there was somebody living in there.
Absolutely. And I saw the character as well having this immense sense of pride. He might live in what appears to be a shack, but he is actually a clean, and he took pride in himself, didn't he?
Yeah, well, that was one thing I wanted to kind of do, even in terms of just to kind of establish it that he was living on his own rules, and he had a certain pride in the way that he was doing it. He was happy in his own skin up to a point. There were certain issues in his life that he had to deal with, the fact that he ran away from certain situations, but fundamentally he was happy in his own skin. And all of that, it was important that he wasn't overly smelly in terms of romance.
And this the character.
How strange can Diane Keaton be? You know what I mean? So we did kind of emphasise that maybe a small bit.
Well, we can suspend disbelief.
Yes, indeed. This is what it is.
It's based on a man that really did exist, but we don't really know much about him. So did that give you the kind of creative freedom to adapt him into who you wanted him to be?
Well, I was kind of very clear about the fact that it wasn't him, and I tried to speak to him and it didn't work, but I wrote him a letter and stuff like that, and I got a certain amount of signals back about the fact that he didn't want to be a part of it, but he was okay with it being made. So it kind of gives you a license then to go outside of that and just to create the character that's in the pages. And so that's what I did. I mean, there was a certain crossover, but it was, I took the inspiration from the writing rather than necessarily trying to figure out who Harry actually had been.